So for those who say to you, there's nothing that can be done, well, there's some very simple things that can be done. Number one, we ought to end the embarrassment of our national minimum wage and raise the minimum wage. A little more wonky, but we can expand the earned income tax credit, refundable tax credit for low-income families so that they can make a better living, make it available to more families, single workers. Another thing, this is important. This is important. We have 50 million workers who work in the service economy in this country. We're going to have 10 million more over the next decade. I'm talking about hotel workers, restaurant workers, home health workers. There's a basic question that we have to ask. Do we want those workers, those families, to earn a decent living, to help strengthen the middle class, have health care coverage, or do we want them to live in poverty? Because if we want them to have a decent standard of living, if we want to strengthen America and strengthen our economy, we have got to make it easier to organize unions in the workplace. And really, it's just a very basic thing. I've been on a National Hotel Workers Organizing Tour, organizing campaign. And you go to Boston, the workers are organized. Every union, because the mayor requires it. Every single hotel has to have a union in the workplace. Those workers are making $15, $20 an hour. They got health care coverage, they got a pension. Working for the same hotel chain in Miami, they make $6 an hour. By the way, the room rates are the same in both places. So I have a very simple idea about this. Republicans can join the Republican Party by putting their name on a card. Every worker in America should be able to join a union by putting their name on a card. I mentioned this asset gap. We can do something about that. Set up financial accounts for poorer families. If they put any money in the account, they can save something. We match what they're able to save. Helps them accumulate something. Helps protect them from these predatory payday lenders that are absolutely preying on our most vulnerable families. We need to crack down on those predators too at the same time. The other thing. Now, this is more controversial, but I believe it so strongly. And I get mixed reactions to it, so I'll warn you in advance. I think we have a fundamental question to ask ourselves as Americans. Do we really believe in an America where all of us have equal worth? Because I believe it to my soul. I think every single person in this room is of equal value. And this is a personal thing for me. My father never went to college and worked in mills all his life. He's worth every bit as much as the President of the United States, worth more than the one we got right now. But if we believe it, when are we going to actually start living together? You look at what you saw out of your television screens coming out of the lower ninth ward of New Orleans. Poor people clustered together. Black people clustered together. You can't blame New Orleans. It's true in cities all across America. Affluent whites move out to the suburbs, send their kids to private school, or they move into the richest areas of town. This is so unhealthy. It is unhealthy for our democracy. It is unhealthy for our country. We have got, first of all, we can put our head against that brick wall over there and pretend it's not there, which is what our politicians are doing right now. Or we can confront it and talk about it and try to come up with some ideas to knock down not only the racial barriers, but the economic barriers that exist in this country. Here's an idea. With these Section 8 housing vouchers that we use to provide basic housing for families, how about if we fund them better, use them more aggressively so that poor families can move into better neighborhoods? So we don't integrate these neighborhoods. Another issue. When in the world are the Democrats, our leaders in this country, which you know the Republicans are never going to do it, when are we going to quit talking about incremental changes to our health care system and recognize that health care cannot, in the richest nation on the planet, be a privilege for the privileged, but it ought to be a right for every single American?